All right, so there's nothing quite like recording for 25 minutes and then realizing that it was on mute the whole time. All right, so I'm going to try to do this again, probably quicker, hopefully this time around, since I've had some practice. What I want to talk about in this video, hopefully briefly, is that um, okay, since I had been in some conversations and some comment sections across the internet or across YouTube about uh, the sources of information that we have, I want to I'm going to express how I feel about these extra biblical sources. So, in the past, with myself, I have when I was trying to learn as much as possible after I was newly born again. I was, especially due to the influence of um, teachers like Zen Garcia and Jonathan Kleck, and a radio show on Blog Talk Radio called Tribulation Now. I was encouraged to look outside of the Bible, and that's what I did. I got into a lot of different books, and Testament of Solomon, the book, lost books of the Adam and Eve books, and Jasher and Enoch, and all kind of different things. And eventually, what happened was, um, God, I believe, put it in my heart that if I couldn't prove something out of the King James Version Bible, then it couldn't be proved at all. So that my focus went to the King James Version Bible. Now I have the 1611 King James Version Bible that still has the Apocrypha in it, but if you'll notice, um, I don't read or teach from the Apocrypha. Um, I have in the past, some of those things. What they do show is that what some people at a certain time might have believed. And I think the Apocrypha is probably better than a lot of books because at least at one point the Apocrypha was in the Bible, but this other stuff was never in the Bible at all. And I think what is important to me skip past this video. So what is important to keep in mind is that uh, that I don't even teach out of that apocryphal stuff anyway. But you think after having some practice, I would be better at this. But um, so with these, okay, let's just get into the stuff like emerald tablets of Thoth and Thoth and the Enuma Elise and stuff like that. Okay, so I had a video in the past. I think it's still up where I had um, quoted some stuff from the Enuma Elise, the Babylonian creation epic. And the reason I did that was to draw a parallel from the things that were in the Babylonian creation epic to some of the things that the Bible said. And the reason I did that they made that comparison and that parallel was to show that there was some um, similarity in the. Um, I think that the sometimes the Bible gives references to things that other. I guess the perfect example is about Rahab the dragon. There's a comparable creature to Rahab in the Babylonian creation epic called Tiamat, and the Bible, I believe, makes obvious references to that Babylonian story. and almost in a way to say that uh, that I gotta look at the video again. But anyway, the point is, I never in that video, I never said that stuff was true. In fact, I went out of my way to say that I did not believe that stuff was true. It should not be considered canon, and it should not be considered. Um, we shouldn't be looking at it as any kind of truth. But what I notice is that a lot of people, when they read these other sources, they don't do that. They actually take it as truth, that they take it as um, secret knowledge that's being kept from us. And I think that is very is very misleading. It's leading people astray. It's leading people away from the Bible. It's very hurtful to see when I'm talking to somebody and they say things like, "Well, these things were kept out of the Bible," as if there was some nefarious plan to hide something from us. And an example I would give is, God prunes trees, right? He says that every branch that does not bear fruit will be um um taken and bundled and burned. Well, that it it would be like us saying, well, why is Christ taking away those other branches? Why is he breaking off those other branches and casting them away? Is he trying to hide something from us? Does he not want us to have those branches? Maybe we should just go gather them up, and that's the idiocy of the whole thought process. These things were taken away because they did not belong in the Bible in the first place. Or like the Adam and Eve and Jasher and stuff like that. Enoch, is interesting as it is, I can't say that it's inspired. I can't say that it's canon. But even more um, darker than even darker than these books that I just mentioned are the Nag Hammadi codices, and these things that are uh, taught or pushed by the so-called Gnostic Christians, or the Christian Gnostics, but they don't even call themselves Gnostics. They don't like to call themselves Gnostics. They just like to call themselves Christians. Um, I, I hate these books with a burning passion, and I have to ask for prayer from you guys because I I have almost I'm almost at a point where I was about 3 months ago, where I had to take a break, where I had got so um disgusted with the Gnostic teachers online. And not only that, but with the idea that, the truth, it really doesn't matter. I got to the point where I said it doesn't matter, because the lies are so pervasive and so they're out. It's just like it felt like an unconquerable mountain, and I just said, what's the point of trying to tell the truth out here in this world full of lies? And so, when dealing with people, even now, I especially Gnostics, I lose my ability to love, and because I will be completely honest, I hate the Gnostic texts. I cannot tell you how much I hate them, and yes, I will even use the word about people. I hate Gnostics. I hate them, and I can't. I can't. I know maybe I'll repent of that later on, but right now I really don't feel like I want to. I cannot love these people, and that's something that I need prayer with. I guess I can't. I can't. I just hate. I hate their lies. I hate the Gnostic Nag Hammadi codices, and I'm gonna show you some of this stuff in a minute. So uh, yeah. Beyond that, the so I want to say that there's a difference between these Gnostic books and, let's say, researching a book written about secret societies, or the history of Freemasonry or the secrets of Freemasonry or stuff like that. There's a difference. And you know, these things don't claim to be um, spiritual or things written by God and handed down by God and stuff like that. They don't claim to be those things. And the Gnostics, the so-called Christian Gnostics, who don't even know their own history, because if they knew their own history, they would know that they're pagan, that they pre-existed the Christians. They were pagans before Jesus Christ as a man ever walked the earth. They were pagans. They were in Greece, learning the Platonic school, the mystery schools, and they were, there's this in the Bible. There's a wisdom of the world and there's a wisdom of God. And, that wisdom that they call Sophia is the wisdom of the world, and we know that to these people, the preaching of the cross is foolishness to them. They don't understand it, even if, and some even managed a way to twist the true meaning of the cross to still make it sound like the same gospel, but it's still not the same gospel. And it infuriates me so much because they pretend that they have the truth, and they try to use Rome, their shared hatred of Rome, as some kind of, because look, with Rome, when they persecuted, when the Catholic Church came to power, they persecuted everyone who didn't come under their authority. So the Gnostics try to claim that they have the true form of Christianity. They have the true light and everything, and they think that they can bring us into their darkness, into their bondage, masquerading as light. And they think that the Catholic Church was out, where they claim that the Catholic Church was out to snuff them out because they had the true form of Christianity. When in actuality, Rome was just taking um, anyone who wouldn't come under their authority out. So don't let someone think or convince you that just because they preach against Rome, they preach against Rome real hard, that they're on your side. Because, like I said in another video, the snake is eating its tail. The Ouroboros, they bite and devour each other. Their kingdom is divided, and they're fighting amongst each other, fighting over how many souls they can take to hell with them. Like I hate these people so much. So, what else did I want to say about? Okay, so these books that I read, like this book on Freemasonry that you're watching right now, I'm reading some of the stuff from Freemasonry. Uh, these things don't claim to be um, inspired text. They're just merely sources of information, studies on history and other religions and secret societies and stuff like that. It's not the same. It's not the same as picking up a Gnostic text that came out of Egypt and trying to say that it's inspired by the Holy Spirit. So I'm going to show you, in case you didn't know, I have a second channel, and I'm going to show you a little bit of an example of what one of these teachers, who is named Zen Garcia, of what he does. How far along did I get in this thing? All right, so anyway, all right, I'm going to turn the volume up, and I hope you can hear this. That's not the right one. All right, so he's through citing. He was citing Pistis Sophia 31. That's what he was reading from, or citing. These are his words now. We are told by Yahushua that Pistis Sophia descended toward Yaldabaoth, attempting to retrieve the light that went out of her and birthing him in all matter into being. So she birthed Yaldabaoth, in all matter into being. Now here's where Zen Garcia flips the script on us. He later says down here, let me turn my computer screen back on. But no, I need that light. Okay, she thought if she could seize a power that she could return to the height of heights to be reunited with the light of lights. The light of lights, that is that original God source, whatever. That's the grand architect. Which she had willingly departed. Being caught in the lower realm, she finds herself persecuted by Yaldabaoth as he attempts to filter or pilfer all of her power and establish his own authority among the lower angels. It's my opinion that Yaldabaoth is the Lucifer Yahushua witnessed fall like lightning from heaven. And whether or not his mind was stripped clean like humanity when he fell, he forgot about the authorities above him, or in ignorance he simply denies them. Those that come to be under his authority are ignorant. So, so here it is. He says he admits that Yaldabaoth doesn't recognize the authorities above him. That's what they say about our God. Our God says, "I am God, and besides me there is no other." That's what God says, and they say that our God is Satan. He does not recognize that there are other gods above him. He is a lesser being who does not recognize that other gods are above him. Now, what Zen Garcia claims is that is Lucifer. All right, he flips it. So you can have Christians running around here saying, "Oh, well, okay, Yaldabaoth is Lucifer. Yaldabaoth is Lucifer." And yeah, he's Satan. And the Gnostic comes along and like, yeah, that's Satan. Yaldabaoth, the demiurge, is Satan. So now you're in agreement with Gnostics, not even knowing that you're claiming that your own God is Lucifer. You're claiming that your own God is Satan now. All right, so I hope you guys could hear what I was saying in that video. What he does in his book is just please, if you can, go watch the entirety of that video. It's on my second channel, Babylon Watch. It's what Zen is doing is he is trying to say, well, the Gnostic texts say that the creator of heaven and earth was birthed by Sophia, and after he creates heaven and earth, he says he looks around and he sees no one else above him because he's blind and he's ignorant. So he says, "I am God, and there is none besides me. There's none other besides me." And that's what the next Gnostic text says. And you know that the one who says, "I am God, and there is none else," and who created heaven and earth is our God. So they make him into Satan. And what Zen does is say, well, I don't agree with that part. I think that's really Lucifer. And so he it doesn't make any sense, but that's what he does. Just let the books say what they say. Don't sit there and try to twist it. And then and you got these big chunks of these Gnostic texts. Oh, I'm just remembered what I missed. Oh man, you gotta hear this. Something that he says that you just gotta hear. I think it's around here somewhere. All right, this is him reading from the Gnostic text. Below and saw his light power in the parts below, and she knew to the 12th aeons. The rulers of the aeons pursued, trying to become like him. And so what happens is, in that lion-faced light power is set to work to take away from Sophia all her light power. Okay, whatever. And out of her and birthing him in all matter into being. So she births Yaldabaoth in all matter into being. And that lion-faced light power is set to work to take away. Okay, I just want you to hear this part. From Sophia all her light powers. Okay, whatever. So let's see what he has to say about Sophia. Alright, so he's through citing. He was citing Pistis Sophia 31. That's what he was reading from, or citing. These are his words now. We are told by Yahushua that pistis Sophia descended toward Yaldabaoth, attempting to retrieve the light that went out of her and birthing him in all matter into being. So she birthed Yaldabaoth in all matter into being. Now here's where Dan Garcia flips the script on us. He later says down here, let me turn my computer screen back on. It went out. I need that light. Okay, so he said that we are told by Yahushua that pistis Sophia descended toward Yaldabaoth. So this isn't the exact page that I thought it was. I was trying to go back to a different page, but what he says is that these are the things that Jesus Christ taught after his resurrection. And whether it was in secret or in public or whatever, it doesn't matter. It didn't happen. These Gnostic fables, these doctrines of demons, did not come from Jesus Christ. That is a lie. Okay, that is the lie that the Gnostics teach. And they're pushing their version of Jesus, which is a different Jesus. And these people are accursed. They're accursed because they have a different Jesus and they have a different gospel. No matter how much they think it sounds like the same gospel we believe, or how they think that we have the wrong gospel, they have a different gospel and they're cursed. They're accursed. And I'm telling no, I'm not going to say that. Let me take it back. See, this is why I need prayer. because I feel like my anger is turning into hatred. And I don't want any prayer from any Gnostics. You can keep that to yourself. So I'm going to end this video because it's getting too long and I don't even know if I have enough space to save this video. So thanks for listening and thanks for watching, and Jesus bless you.